Hey buddies, welcome to another Octopath Traveler. This is the second episode, third if you include the prologue that we did so long ago. I am alone. Becky's getting a visit from family. A much needed little bit of downtime for Becky. But this is my downtime, spending it with my family. You guys. I'm just kidding. I don't think of you that closely. I'm just trying to be mushy so that you'll subscribe to Patreon more. I'm kidding. What's up? This is a rarity right here. I like the Oz coming in after the delay before I say the mean thing. Shameless. Alright. Wow, I can't believe Lisa's here. Lisa must love you guys. What's that, Lisa? You want them to subscribe to Patreon? Aww. I hope you guys do what Lisa wants so that she'll show up more on the show. Which one is the one that I left off on? 206 or 208? Autosave. No, I want 206. A not autosave, right? Yeah, because... There we go. So we're playing as the little shopkeeper, the little merchant. And we just finished beating the shit out of an entire gang of pirates using the power of money, but mostly spears and bow and arrow that she is somehow adept at, like incredibly powerful, enough to defeat gangs of pirates with. One thing I'm just wondering, so like, we finished the Merchant's Tale down in her homeland of Ripple-Tide, the coastlands of Ripple-Tide, and now we've headed up to Cyrus the Scribe, and I'm just wondering, if I wanted, could I just continue up to Ophelia? Do I have to do Cyrus? Like, or could I travel all the way across the world right now and go do this one? Oh, that's Tress's chapter 2. Okay, so that's how you begin her chapter 2. But could I go and do, like, Alphins right now? Or somehow make my way all the way down to Primroses or whatnot? You can just go past him? You can do any order you want. Wow. Well, the good thing is I actually want to do his next because I think his power is to gang information. I think that's really useful early on in the game. I think that he'll probably have the ability to analyze baddies and stuff, and I'd like to use that. So I'm gonna get him next. And then I might go south to get some brawn in Olbrick. But for now, I'm gonna start with Cyrus and the power of knowledge and the power of money. I'm gonna return. All right, here we go, into his kingdom. Oh, a warm-up battle here. So if you're not familiar with this game called Octopath Traveler, your baddies, like the key thing that makes it different is that the baddies are the battle system. They have these little shields on them there, you can see, and I could move this back a little bit since nobody's sitting there. There you can see the one. If I break with an attack that they're weak to, I can break that down, and they're not weak to spears, they're weak to bows, and that's actually indicated by the little icon there because I've already attacked them with a bow, so I know this. If I do this, it breaks them, which will make it so that they can't attack on the next turn. Their next turn. In addition, every turn that you take, you gain a battle point, which you guys can't see, but I have 3 right now. And battle points allow you to boost your attacks. Also, while they're broken, they take like almost double damage or something like that. So what you want to do is strategically break them and then use something that they're weak against and boost it like this. Yeah, like that. And I'm still kind of trying to figure out the whole intricacies of that system and how to use it most effectively. I think it probably varies from battle to battle. How's the audio for everybody? Are you good with this? It's the same as it was last episode, and I think people liked it. I've boosted the audio on our show for the game in the last like 3 or 4 episodes, and I think it's a little bit better being a little bit louder. I think since we moved to Japan, it's been a little low. Oh, I shouldn't have boosted there, should I? Oh, okay, it's okay. Yeah, I like the Japanese voices because I think that the English voices show how melodramatic the anime-ness to the game is, which I'm not a fan of. Melodrama, and I mean, I know that I'm playing a Japanese RPG, which is basically melodrama incarnate, but yay! I disagree completely, Envious. He says Tress's voice was not melodramatic at all. You're wrong. The friggin', like, the beginning scenes with her, she's like, it's like, I know I can find a good deal. I just have to go out there and try my best. Oh, Mom. Oh, Dad. Oh. It's so hammy. I don't, like, the thing is, I don't put it on the voice actor either. I know that this person is probably capable of, well, maybe it's not melodrama at that moment, but, well, I mean, it's a little smattering of it. Mostly it's hammy acting, but... Okay, these ants are weak to spears, like most ants. It's optimism. But yeah, I don't understand like why they do it, because I'm sure that like the actor is capable of normal acting. Or good acting. It's just, I always put it on the director. It's always the director. Hey, Ruds. Rudiger's coming too. Hey, buddy. He wants the lap. He wishes he was on my lap. Oh, I got some Nox root, motherfuckers. See, if this was Hugo on my lap right now, Rudiger would be getting mean. But since it's Lisa, he's being nice. Because he's afraid of Lisa. Because Lisa is heavier than him because she's a fatty, and she doesn't back down from a fight, unlike Hugo, who runs away. She's happy to fight. Hey, you're being a little sweetheart. Anybody who's owned cats might have had the similar experiences I've had, as we've had. When cats are kittens, they tend to be, with the exception of Rudiger, both Hugo and Lisa seem like they could take us or leave us. Like, they really don't care. They don't care about our presence. They, like, you know, Lisa, like, really, we are the people to give her food. That's about it. But Hugo was like that too, until slowly over time, he became the biggest. I'm getting all misty-eyed because I love my cat so much. But he became such a suck, such a little suck. and like just loves cuddling. Oh, speed plus 10, that seems good. I see you have a dedicated merchant's craft. Always looking for a bargain. Like, this is Atlas Dam, the largest city in all the flatlands. It's a city of learning, where many scholars come for their purposes of study and research. But Lisa, right now, this is such a rarity that she gets genuinely cuddly when she doesn't actually want something. Because she's just eaten. She just had food. I just let her outside for a bit, so she's happy. But she's cuddly right now.
Yeah.
You see that library near the palace? It's filled with all sorts of historical books. Libraries aren't for me. My cows are my priority. Oh, you fucking pervs. Ambrosial milk, an ingredient used for a dish for the king. I'm just gonna buy this knowing that RPGs require you to usually have things. Especially like, wait a minute. Like, what guy, what townsperson has in his possession ambrosial milk and then lists it as an ingredient used for a dish in the king? Like, he just has that. He's not even a shopkeep, but he's listed that in his wares as like, by the way, this ambrosial milk I have is an ingredient in a dish cooked for the king. I just have it. Just cuz. Well, what do you think? I can vouch for its quality. Always looking for a bargain. Oh, that's a feature Tressa recognizes despite never having seen the king. King sounds like a cuck. Yeah. What's up? What are you doing? There's nothing like a bunch of kitties while you play an RPG in a cozy sweater with your best friends on the internet hanging out with you. Donate to Patreon today. Provisioner sounds like a cuck. Revives and restores HP. Okay, these are just Herb of Clamor. Cures a single ally of silence. Revives a single unconscious ally. These are probably good to have. That seems good. On hand 4. Oh, I thought that was how many they had in stock, so I was trying to buy them out. Okay, now I have 4. Big deal. The more you donate, the more fresh you will. I heard about this new platform being started. It has Mark Cuban as an investor, and it's on. I forget the name of it. It's starting on iOS first, but then it'll go to the web and Android apps. And it's just like to compete with YouTube. And it will have no ads, and it's going to be based on tipping from 1 cent to up to $100. You can tip for any given video. And it's going off of the basis of microtransactions that have become so popular in video games. But like the mentality behind it, apparently in China right now, in China, like it's extremely popular tipping for music on their popular web streaming or their music streaming platforms, which I don't know the names of because they're Chinese. But apparently it's very popular there, and like over here, people are actually confused like why it hasn't taken off because it's so popular in China. People tipping. It's funny how much like people seem confused about, you know, big business seems confused about the concept of consumers wanting to give money to people that make content that they like. They just don't understand that like how that works. They're like, no, you have to give a product for money, and that like nobody will ever want to give money for things that they don't have to pay for. But hey, it turns out people actually like fucking appreciate shit. Anyways, it's interesting because I would love to see YouTube eat a piece of humble pie. These kids are selling shit. I plan on studying hard to become a scholar. Yeah, look at this. I found a huge egg just laying around. Isn't it a bit? Yeah, I want that fucking egg. Give me that egg. $29 fucking dollars. An ingredient used in a dish for the king. I feel like I should have found out about this quest before I start solving it. Hey, so what are you planning to do with that egg? You gonna eat it? How's it taste? Always looking for a bargain, she says robotically back to the child who asked a very direct and curious question. What do you got for sale, little one? Healing grapes. Oh, hell yeah, I'm always looking for... Wait a minute. That's more expensive than the shop. So much for my merchant having an eye for a bargain. Isn't that more expensive than the shops? I thought the shops were selling them for $30. Inspiring plum, odds and ends. Fetches a modest price if sold. $1,330. So this is another thing. Like, all right. I'm gonna take this large feather that's $380 and I'm gonna experiment. Thanks, ma'am. Always looking for a bargain, so I bought it for $380. And I'm gonna go to a shop. Oops, wrong one. And I'm gonna try to sell this large thing that I bought for $380, this large feather. Got my fortifying nut here. Tree nut. Where's my large feather? Oh, there it is. 200. Nah, that's not what I mean by the tipping. It's different when it comes to online, the idea of this tipping. It's more like, you wouldn't call tipping, I'm only using it for lack of a better word, like you wouldn't call giving money to a busker on the street tipping. Just there's no other word for it really, like I don't know what else it's definitely not the same as the way that people tip waiters though, you know. Anyways, oh, yeah, you're agreeing. Okay, I didn't read your whole comment. Maybe this will end up being worth more at other vendors. Like, do I have to remember how much it costs and stuff? Oh, yeah, buy. Healing grape is 50. Okay, so that little girl is selling it for a bargain, I guess. Like $2 off. No, I don't need that. You know, like I feel like if the merchant's ability is to spot a bargain, then it should be highlighted for the sake of the player, because it's not my ability, it's her ability. Tell me whether it's a good deal or not, merchant character. I could up her attack here. I already wasted so much money on shit. Yeah, I'm gonna get a better spear. And I don't know if I need a pointed hat. I don't even know if I wield shields or not. Can she wield a shield? I'm just gonna buy this. Everyone can use shields, even if they're a two-handed weapon using person? Do. Let's go into the tavern here. Well met! it! Hearthstone reference. Well met, traveler. What can I do for ye for... Oh, this is, yeah, I don't need to do this right now. Oh, wait, I'll hear a tale. Oh, wait, that just tells you a summary about your guy. Oh. There's nothing better than seafood to go with a good drink. Even them brainy scholars will agree with me. Do you guys know I'm giving up meat? Slowly giving up meat. Now I'm becoming a pescatarian. I'm gonna focus on fish. But with the caveat, and you'll probably hear me talk about this more on the show because I talk about things that in my life. I'm just toying with the idea because, like, I just want to really dramatically reduce the amount of red meat and, well, just non-fish meat that I eat. I just feel like farming, the majority of, like, I mean, let's be real, the majority of the meat that you get is going to come from a factory farm in this day and age, and I just feel like factory farms are just so fucking shitty. And if I can't make sure that the meat doesn't come from a factory farm, I don't really want it. And you wouldn't be able to last without a burger? Well, maybe you should give the Beyond Meat burger a try, because you might be surprised. Oh, more ingredients for the fucking king. So wait a minute. Did I just buy his half-eaten crab from his table? He never expected to fetch such a handsome sum, says the guy. I mean, I'm almost finished eating this, but you just bought it for $190.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't wait for more things to come along that simulate me. Oh, I see you're taking an interest in me axe. You're not like most scrawny weaklings around here. What you got there? Iron arm, iron axe, olive of life, iron armor. How can you tell whether your character can wear it or not? Like, I don't think she could wear iron armor. That doesn't make sense. Oh, that's so sad, Lime Green. Food is delicious. But, Lady 1011's cats are gathering around her for pets. It's because they like RPG music. Kitties like it, it's been proven. Characters can equip all gear except for certain weapons. That's weird. This little merchant can put on iron armor that just happens to be bought at a tavern from some dude, so it's not even custom fitted. I feel like I get it if you're like that, but I do feel sorry for people who don't love food. Because it's the fucking, sometimes literally, the spice of life. Like, it's just, food. Food. Food is the fucking best. Soothing seed. Like I said before on this show, when you get older like me and your dick don't work, then you just gotta find pleasure in other things like food. Mild medicinal components of small volume. Well, I'm taking it, I guess, because it's only $4. Who knows what this is? Apothecary's possessions. No, that's unhealthy, Lime Green. That's unhealthy. Whoa, this air conditioning, get out of control, man. Soothing dust, mild medicinal component of large volume. Yeah, let's grab it. It's so cheap and it seems like it's unique. Kind of, maybe. I don't know. Thanks, I'll use my newfound windfall to buy myself a drink. Oh, he's looking for a bargain. Don't you get it? He just basically called you a sucker. He called that purchase a windfall. So yeah, I mean, sorry to those who are here for a good RPG. I'm just talking about my own personal life and diet. But when it comes to pescatarian, or like when it comes to meat, like I fucking love meat, man. But I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be a pescatarian mostly. But when I can, like, I'm gonna treat myself every so often with food that I know comes from a good source. So like maybe I'll have beef once a month or something, but I will make sure that the beef I have comes from a farm that isn't a factory farm. And I'll treat it like the treat that I think beef should be. Like the cost of producing beef, both cost-wise, literal cost-wise, and the cost on the environment is just so expensive to us that I don't think it should be a thing that you eat regularly. At least I personally don't think that. Like I think it should be a treat. It should be something that's a big deal. You should like build yourself up to, you know, oh, beef day is coming. You know, I can't wait to eat that amazing piece of beef that is a treat. I've had lamb and I like lamb. I like almost, name a thing, I like it. I fucking love just about every food. Like, I fucking love it all. And maybe that's why I'm well disposed to becoming a pescatarian, because I like so many things that I have a lot of room in my diet to replace meat with. Like, I just love everything. I love mushrooms. I love, like, everything. But, yeah. Anywho, let's make a purchase here. Empowering earring, max HP plus 5. Oh, I should equip that other thing I bought. Because I bought a, So do I have this buckler equipped, or? I guess I do. Oh, you have to go to equipment to do it. Okay, so then if you go to, like, I see. She won't wear leather armor, it seems, or something. Oh, she will. Oh, I see what's going on here. Ah. Sprightly earring. Oh, and you can optimize. What'll it do if I optimize? Nothing changed. Okay, I had the most optimal available. Oh yeah, man. Duck. Duck is amazing. That's another thing for me. Do I want to include game in my diet? Hunted animals. Like, animals need to be hunted. It's a fact. Like, ecosystems need to be kind of like balanced and shit. So like, and those creatures live the epitome of a free range life. Like, they had a pretty good life until they got shot by a hunter. Like, I'm not even opposed to necessarily hunting. I'm just against the suffering of animals, not necessarily the killing of them, you know? And to me, factory farm conditions is suffering, whereas being killed is just dying, which happens all the time in the wild. If anything, they might get a quicker and nicer death if they die to a hunter's gun than to being like dying sick or of old age, or I don't know, eaten by another animal or breaking a leg. I don't fucking know. I don't know. This is a big moral internal dilemma for me. So that's why I'm talking it out. It's because I'm just figuring it out as I go. Oh, it's Cyrus. This is the guy I'm looking for. Yes, I think I know who stole that tome. Perhaps I should go have a little chat with him just to make sure we understand one another. His name is Cyrus, and he's a scholar. This is Atlasdam, nestled in the fertile plains of the Flatlands. It is home to the Royal Academy, where many scholars study night and day to bring light of knowledge to the royal family and to all in the realm. He passes his day in the halls of the great library, devouring tomes to his heart's content. It is in that library where he learns of a grievous theft. Certain that one of his fellow scholars is the culprit, Cyrus sets out alone to confront the man in his shadowy subterranean study. Sounds like Cyrus is a fucking narc. He will need wise allies on the path he has chosen. Oh yeah, I'm totally against sport and trophy hunting, just for the sake of it. Like, fuck those people. Becky's off today seeing Kamakura, which is a giant Buddha, with her sister. I haven't been sleeping well, so I couldn't make it. But I'm happy to spend the time doing the show anyways. I've missed you guys. Donate to Patreon. Find comrades and add them to your party. Okay, so they're just telling me this is what I'll be doing. Cyrus is supposed to be a total hottie. Travel to other areas. Okay. Yes, take him along. Hear the beginning of the tale? Yes. So what, you can just skip his tale? That's weird.
ここアトラスダムの町の歴史は
Oh,
200年ほど前に始まった。
you can tell from his voice that he's a hottie. And so it was Atlas Dam that was founded some 2 centuries ago. He's a teacher too? He's a
このオ
sensei.
ルステラ大陸では
Notice me,
一応古い国
senpai.
が入るね。
Indeed, our fair city-state is among the longest standing of the cotton of Orstera.
そんな我が町と同じくらい長い歴史を持
But
つ
there was another city-state with a history as long proud as our own that came to a tragic ruin only 8 short years ago.
その町の名前を覚えているかね、テレーズ。
Now, who can tell me its name? How about you, Teresa? Therese?
はい。
I think it was...
焦らなくていい。
No. No need to get all flustered.
学ぶための授業なんだから。
There's no shame in not knowing the answer, so long as you have a desire to learn.
答えは教本に載っている。
The answer is in your textbook. Go on now, look it up.
はい。
Yes, Professor. Let's see.
ホルンブルグでしょうか。
Hornburg?
正解だ。
So those lines we've decided means laughter? You're right. Why would he laugh?
忘れ去られた古代宗教。その司祭であった
Hornburg was
王族
ruled
を中
over
心に
by a
栄えた
royal family to be descended from priests and ancient, long-forgotten religion.
一方我が町はフラットランドに住む平原民族に
Hornburg
されている。
Doesn't sound like a place about an ancient religion. Sounds more like a place about Hornburg. On the other hand, our fair Atlas Dam was founded by the original clans that inhabited the flatlands.
当時のフラットランドの部族数はメアリー殿下。
Who can tell me how many clans lived in the flatlands at your time, Your Highness? Oh, he's teaching the fucking
8つの部族。
royal family.
そう伝わっています。
Oh, she's got the anime girl voice of like the beautiful girl, the most desirable.
正解だ。当時のフラットランドは戦乱の時代だ。8つの部族が長きにわたり争っていた。
I knew a word in there. Yatsu. That's 8 things. Oh, 8 clans waged a long bitter war. How coincidental that it's about 8 heroes from
し
8
かし
different
200年
lands.
ほど前、グランポートから侵略を受けた。当時のグランポートは大陸中へその領土を広げようとしていた。
So Grandport came and
皮肉
took
な
over
こと
all
に
of
外
Atlas
敵の
Dam,
出現が敵対していた部族をつなげたのだ。
and then they all united, all 8.
おや、もうこんな時間か。
All right.
教本の第3章から第4章をよく読んでおくように。
Don't forget to read chapters 3 and 4 before our next lecture.
次の授業で質問するので、 そのつもりで。
はい。
All she said was height, and then they put in the English translation, yes, professor.
ご教授ありがとうございました先生。
Thank you for another most stimulating lecture, Professor Albright. It's so weird hearing the Japanese voices and knowing that's not what she said.
Hi.
Ah, Professor Albright. Mercedes from the Royal Library came with a message for you. Seems today is your lucky day. You've been granted permission to enter the special archives, motherfucker.
素晴らしい。
Splendid. Finally, I can begin my research. Lead the way, you cuck. The library is just outside the palace. I best make haste. It's better than just translating yes? Well, if it's better, then why didn't the source material say more than just yes? I don't know why the English translators think they have to spice it up. Cyrus is from Old Persian meaning throne. Good to know. That is a fun fact, so to speak. Ahead lies the audience chamber. If you would seek His Majesty's counsel, pray proceed.
ああ、
What an odd way to talk. His Majesty possesses a unique understanding of scholarly pursuits. He founded the Royal Library and the Academy where nobles and commoners can learn freely. What a great man. Yep, me too, Prances of Wolves. I think it's like almost an affront to what we consider to be an RPG, the fact that you can't speak to every NPC. Like, there's so many opportunities just to add in some humor or something. Like, they don't need to say something important. They just can say something random and nonsensical. It's just fun. Like, I can't believe somebody would design an RPG and be able to resist putting words into the mouths of every random person. Like, look at Earthbound. People said all kinds of useless shit, but some of those things became iconic moments in the game that were just fun. Like, hug. It's, I think, a pretty big shame that a company like Squeenix, one of the great creators of RPGs, decided to make one where NPCs are silent. Do you guys want to see me play the new Pokemon? Would you get a yellow Pikachu or a tan Pikachu? I think I'll go with the classic. I'm sorry, buddies. They didn't like my little chortle. Look at these guys. Therese can't even contain her splooshing. Professor.
サイラス先生。
Professor Albright. Which one should I ship? Therese, who seems the most nervous around the professor, or the princess, who gets everything she wants and has confidence to talk to the
お
professor?
疲れ様です。
I know this, Envious. I'm learning Japanese. I'm 2 years into my learning of Japanese, so I understand that. It's just that, like, I understand some of these Japanese sentences and they're dry in Japanese, so why does the English version need to spice it up? Just leave it dry if that's what the original writers intended. Oh, thanks heavens you're here. I thought I had missed you.
Yeah.
What can I do for you, Your Highness?
えっと
If you can spare the time, I had a question about something we learned today.
ほう。
But of course, Your Highness, it would be my pleasure to answer anything. I need you to answer it in my bedchambers, because it has to do with my bedpan. After all, my role as a tutor is important to me as any of my research. What a great man. What a beautiful, great man. Unfortunately, I can't spare much time. Is the question a quick one?
はい
Yes, Professor, it will not take long. I was just wondering about the ancient religion of Hornburg. Pray tell, what did they worship? Hornburgs. You don't know what it is? Let me show you. A very astute question, Your Highness. However, I fear that nearly all the text detailing the nature of their religion were burned and lost when Hornburg fell. This scene was straight from an anime, lol. Yeah, I imagine anime has done this a lot. I see, a shame that. You understand the pursuit of knowledge as well? I do, however, have a theory of my own. I believe that the royal family of Hornburg were guardians of an ancient power. Mind you, this is not idle speculation. My theory is based on the fact that they discussed their intellectualisms long into the night, while Therese, the royal cuck, listened from the antechamber. Whatever the fuck that is. Yeah, Mato, I don't know how he likes it pronounced. He's fucking genius. I fucking love that guy. I've got his translation books. Fangamer just keeps on giving us books, which we actually had to get rid of some of. Thankfully, I'd gotten through them before we left. Too heavy to bring here, but I did bring a couple because they make for good bathroom reading. But he's written such detailed shit on translation. He's so good. Let us continue the discussion another time. My apologies for keeping you, Professor.
いや。
Just gotta go rub one out after that sweet little homework sesh. No need for apologies, and it would be my pleasure, Your Highness. That such questions occur to you is a sign of sharp and curious mind. For if I do not learn of our past, how can I hope to lead my people to a bright future?
はあ。
Most admirable philosophy, Your Highness. You are the most admirable person I've ever seen. Except for the Admiral. The people of this land are truly fortunate to be led by one with such wisdom and kindness. As I'm truly fortunate to have the opportunity to serve in some small way. You're far too kind, Professor Albright. I'm proud to be your student. This is going on for why? This has the fucking long-windedness of a fucking anime scene. We got the point. Oh dear, I'm running late. Yeah, this could have been wrapped up about 7 lines ago. Pray, do not forget your assignment, Your Highness.
では ごきげんよう。
おや
Yeah, but I agree you should take advantage while this is available. You want up here? Do I take the risk that he doesn't want to be moved? He's purring, so this is good. Now you get the spot, see? Oh, hello there, Therese. Did you have a question for me as well?
いえ、
I mean, no, good day, Professor. What does she have to do with the royalty? Like, is she like the maidservant? Oh yeah, that's also key to anime. See, I haven't watched a lot of anime, but I already know the tropes. Like, the good-looking professor should always have no idea that he's adored by his students and that they have crushes on him. He should be completely aloof to that scenario, even though, like, if he lives in anime land, he no doubt saw it from his own classmates towards professors, like, as he was growing up, so he knows exactly what happens.
はい
The palace gate lies to the north. Thanks. I'm the guy that you see every day going to work. In the fucking palace. To the east, you'll find the Royal Academy, where the realm's most promised thinkers receive their... Dude, I run this place. Yeah, that's it, right? They're either the good-looking ones are completely oblivious to the fact that they are loved by girls, or they're giant perverts who are trying to perv on girls. Like, there's no in between. They're either ugly and pervy, or they are beautiful and aloof. Just south of here lies... Okay. So you have to play out his intro tale on his own before Therese. So now I'm playing just him, and then they'll join up, the two of them. It's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out, how they intertwine these. Russell just isn't cut out for this sort of work. Whatever was he? Move along now. What? And I guess my inventory probably doesn't have anything. Yeah, it's got all the stuff that... So if I said skip his intro, I'd probably miss out on a bunch of treasure and loot, right? Like, why would you skip the intro?
ええ、
This is the Royal Academy, Atlasdam's pride and joy. We're all welcome to engage in the pursuit of knowledge here. But I don't. I just like to get crunk with my buddies. It just feels like an incomplete game, the fact that all these people can't talk or won't talk to you. And that you go up against things and they don't say it. Like, why can't I read this? Why can't it say, it should say something like, the board is full of fucking shit that has to do with this or that or whatever. Just little notes on things. Like, you should be able to go up to stuff and explore it and be like, the statue looks menacing or something, or that's what RPGs are. They're flavor. Flavor everywhere. They're for flavor addicts. That's why we play RPGs.
Oh yeah.
What is it this time, Cyrus?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But Cyrus did not respond. He walked away without unrespondingly. Oh yeah. Don't try to do my job, Lady 1011. That's my job to observe things like that. And then he said, oh yeah. YouTubers are the garbage class of society. It saddens me, but it's true. I really am just trash. Russell just isn't cut. Oh, this guy again. What's in here?
サイラスだ。
Good day, Mercedes. Cyrus Albright here to browse the special archives. Mercedes, you
Hi.
friggin' apparent librarian, despite having the name that means you are automatically a stripper. You're not allowed to have any other vocation when your name is Mercedes. I'm sorry. Oh, Professor Albright, you're looking quite eager today.
いやいや。
I've got my ones ready. You gonna get up on that counter or what? When you heard that the original copy of the Church of Flame and Complete History had been donated to archives, I simply had to be the first to see it.
なるほど。
I don't know what that means, Dissy. All the gold for rat tails collected in the sewers if the innkeep doesn't appreciate you. Oh, wait a minute, you're referring to, is that a Baldur's Gate quest? Like a famous Baldur's Gate quest, collecting rat tails? Or, I kind of know this meme, but I don't think I ever played what it comes from. I never played any of the classic D&D RPGs, no. You're more on top of our collection than I am, just saying here.
Ah,
With pleasure. For her pleasure. He signed his name. So cute how he signs his name when he's asked to. Someone known as the most brilliant mind in the Royal Academy. When you talk about books, you're as giddy as a schoolboy. I can't. I will never be able to watch a fucking anime. Haha, when you put it that way, yes. Much as a child is fascinated by a new toy. I am titillated by the prospect of acquiring new knowledge. That's my character. That's what I am.
なるほど。
Don't leave it to the audience. Don't leave it to the viewer to discover my character. I'm just gonna lay out the synopsis of my fucking bio right here for everybody in the first scenes. Right. The expression in your face says it all.
Hi.
Anyway, everything seems to be in order. Enjoy your quest for knowledge, Professor.
ありがとう。
Many thanks, my dear. I most certainly will. I bet you he does fuck the books. Yeah, I know not all animes are like that, and which is good because, like, you know, I just know that a lot are. I like Naruto, even though it had a few cringy parts, and I think I'll like One Piece. How odd, the tome is nowhere to be found. Someone stole it. Did someone return it to the wrong shelf? Not here either. These archives are strictly guarded and curated. Whichever, wherever could it have gone?
Cyrus-san.
Professor Albright, the headmaster, would like to see you at once. Shouldn't he be Sama to her? She called him Cyrus-san. But isn't he like a big deal? Of all the times to... Well, might I ask you a favor? Find the goddamn tome I came here for, you fucking slut. I'm sorry. What might it be?
実は
The tome I mentioned before seems to have gone missing. Could you locate it for me?
あれ
Missing? Huh. I'll begin looking. I'll fucking do it.
では
Dewa. Many thanks, my dear.
サイラス・オルブライト参りました
Yeah, I've watched some JoJo clips. Some, what's it called again? JoJo in the Universe or something? JoJo. I want to watch JoJo's Big Adventure. Cyrus Albright, at your request, sir.
入りたまえ。
Do and da.
呼び立ててすまないね。
My apologies for summoning you on such short notice.
何の御用でしょ
How might I be of assistance, Headmaster?
君の書いた
The treatise on arcane studies you published. What in God's names were you thinking?
うなんだねと言われました
Sir Joy, I do believe I made my hypothesis perfectly clear.
論文の内容を言っているのではない。
Oh, he's got that mean asshole voice. I'm not talking about your hypotheses.
論文に用いた参考文献のことだよ。
You went out of your way to cite one of the texts in our special archives.
あ
But
れ
I
ら
thought he
は
just got
法律学
access
院
to
に
the
寄
special
贈された
archives.
とても貴重な資料だ。 いたずらに広めてよいものではない。論文で発表するなどもってのほかだ。
But knowledge is for the people.
あの資料の価値は認めますだからこそもっと大勢の学者に
そんなことする必要はない。学院の資料は学院のものだ。
The headmaster believes knowledge should be for the elite, and
しかしそれでは
Cyrus believes that it's for the people. He wants to spread knowledge, but the headmaster wants to keep it under lock
これ
and
は何を言
key.
っても聞いてくれそうもないな
Even my best argument seems to fall on deaf ears.
学長は知識を
The headmaster sees
自分
knowledge is a metal of precious stone, something to be appreciated by its rightful owner alone. I like how he's spelling out exactly what was just ever so clear what just happened. Like, we understand this. Like, we got it from the dialogue, right? Like,
知
come
識は
on.
独占してこそ価値
Knowledge is power, and power is to be hoarded for the unfortunate. This is the thing. Like, anime and JRPGs, like, so many of them, they treat the audience like a fucking moron. Like, you have to be a fucking idiot not to understand the subtext of what just went on.
申し訳ありません以後気をつけます
I kind of get it in anime. I almost think they do it because animation in Japan has typically always been a grindhouse, and they've always wanted to extend as much as they like. Inner monologue allows them to extend an episode with filler so that they can get the most bang for their animator's buck by just having one single like screen of a person thinking and like a mouth just like looping, and they just like fill out a 20-minute episode where maybe like 2 minutes of actual things happen. And that's just the nature of the business here in Japan. And that's why so many anime abridged series exist. People have like cut down the episodes to actually be entertaining. But in a JRPG, why does it have to happen? Like, there's no need to extend it. Just like, you're not animating. My sincere apologies, Headmaster. I won't happen again. Is there anything else you need from me?
ああ、それだけ。
Yeah, you can go now. Wait, there was one last thing. You're fired!
書庫の利用時間は限られているのだろう。
It's a conspiracy. He's being set up.
やれやれ嫌がらせのためでもあったのか
Why does he have red eyes, the headmaster? I'm just gonna go ahead and say like he's been possessed or something, or like somebody's got control over him. Like maybe that woman next to him has control over him. Like she's from the ancient families that studied the old ways, or like, yeah, I'm just like trying to reach out there. You guys think he's evil? Yeah, I think so too. Thank you for your concern, headmaster. In that case, I'll be on my way, motherfucker.
入りたまえ。
Enter.
失礼します。
Excuse me, headmaster.
それで
You shouldn't be so mean to Sensei-chan. It's about Professor Albright. I think that you should get a raise because he's so pretty. Huh? Drunk as usual. I want into this spot right here, this boarded up spot. And he has nothing to say about it. Rub up against it, spam A. Nothing to say about that. Oh, you think she's gonna tell on him, flirting with the princess? What is he saying? Russell just isn't cut out for that sort of work. Whatever was he... Move along now. I guess we haven't met Russell yet, so maybe we'll find out what that's going on there. Before I go back into the archives, I'm just gonna have a chat with the townsfolk, see if there's any worthwhile dialogue here. Okay, she says the exact same stuff she says to the fucking... Wait, what'd he say? Oh, he's already got the egg. So, I guess that if you'd started with Cyrus, you would have found out about the egg, and you'd be like, oh man, I want his fucking egg. And then, like, you'd come here later with her, and you'd be like, oh sweet, I can get that fucking egg now. I know, I just want to talk to this dude. What the fuck? I just want to talk to the guy.
Yo.
Oh. Alright, I'm just gonna... I guess nothing else is going on in town here. Unless... How much money do I have? Whoa, I have a lot of money. Does this money carry over? Like, when I go back to the main game? Like, when I go back to meeting up with the merchant girl? Or should I buy stuff so that the stuff carries over? I want, like, a better weapon. What does he fight with? Staffs? I guess I can go to my equipment first and find out. My equipment is staffs. He likes staffs, hats, and robes. I'm gonna buy this badass quartz rod. I'm gonna sell my old jank-ass staff here. That's right. And now I only have 130 left, so I can't get any defenses, but I like, as I've said many times in this show, I'm all about being the glass cannon. I don't care about defense.
Huh. Oh.
I see you're taking an interest in me ex. What about pretty boy McNerdface makes you think he took an interest in your axe. Nah, I'm not gonna play Fallout 76. Fuck that shit. Professor Albright, I should return to Fallout 4 before I do anything. I need to finish that game. Fucking loved Fallout 4. I didn't finish it because it's almost like, I've said this before, I didn't finish it because I felt like I loved it so much that ending the game would mean that world no longer exists. Like, it's almost like it becomes a dead world once the game is over. But by leaving the ending open, it's almost like it's always there, you know? I've always felt that way. It's always been a weird thing with me. Like, I don't want to finish the games that I love the most in some weird way. It's odd. I've always felt that way. Maybe you guys, I don't know if anybody else feels the same way, but it's like, by not doing the final few missions, you've just gotten a world that's always there. That's how I was with Breath of the Wild. Do you have any luck finding the tome?
それが
I'm afraid not. Well, this is most unfortunate. One might conclude that it has been stolen.
そんな
Professor, taking books out of from these archives is strictly forbidden. Looks like you're gonna lose your fucking job, Mercedes. Back to the strip club with you. Quite honestly, it would be easier to steal the crown off the king's head. Yeah, because it was so well guarded by Mercedes. An impregnable vault, a disappearing tome. It would seem we have quite a mystery on our hands. Oh, Professor, this vault has been impregnated multiple times. Oh, you're talking about the library, not my vagina. The mysteries of the world. Scholar said. If it had been stolen, I'd say it's a job for the city guard. I'd say it's a job for Magic Man. It's a habit I just can't seem to break. Being a studious and intelligent, once a puzzle is placed before me, I simply cannot resist until I've worked out a solution. I think that voice fits him the best. Well, far be it from me to stand in your way. Must be tough being a genius. Oh my fucking god, can you like pile any more onto this guy?
任せてくれたま
I'll not deny it. Worry not, the tome will be back on the shelf before you can bat an eyelash. God damn it.
はい
Thanks and best of luck in your search, you beautiful fucking man, you. Oh god, I wish you'd fuck
さ
me.
て
And the game is afoot, so what, he's fucking Sherlock as well? Book cuck. Now where to begin my search? I suppose I'll inquire with Mercedes as to where the keys to the library are stored. The guard at the front door would know who's been frequenting the library lately, as I saw those scholars. Then mayhaps I should pay the headmaster a visit as well. So, he can scrutinize shit. Wait, what about Russell?
ほうほう
Let's see now.
Testimony. Of course I've got the key to the archives, and no, I wasn't sleeping. I was resting my eyes is all, but even if I was sleeping, what would it matter? What kind of fool would bother stealing a worthless tome anyway? So apparently this place is impregnable, that you've got this one guard who seems completely ambivalent to the severity of his post. The guard situation.
なるほど
Most intriguing. Russell, here's Russell. Osiris, I'll trust you not to interrupt my research, says you know, less attractive scholarly rival, Russell.
ほうほう
Let's see now.
The key to the archives? Oh, I haven't got that, but I'm not surprised someone stole a tome, considering what they're worth. I've gambling debts myself, so I understand the temptation.
なるほど
Naruhodo. Naruhodo is fuck. That's one of, is it just OIC? It's one of the latest ones I've been learning. Yeah. Have you cracked the case yet, Professor Albright? I'm gonna scrutinize the shit out of you first. Let's see now. Only Headmaster Yvonne and the guard stationed outside should have a key to the library archives.
なるほど
Most intriguing. Well, I guess at least this character is gonna help me reinforce that word in my head. Yeah, the funny thing is with learning, like you can use SRS as much as you want, like these flashcard apps and stuff, and they do a good job for something, but every so often you get like a really sticky one that's difficult. And it's funny how quickly it'll click the first couple times that you use it, that you actually have to use it or listen to it and in a real situation, and then suddenly just like your brain needs to be told this is actually something important by being used in real everyday life. Let's see now. Born and raised in Atlas Dam, this old widow now visits the place every day in memory of her late husband. Even after she passes, she wishes to be by her husband's side, just like the relief of the king and queen at the Academy's library.
なるほど
What did it say? A hidden item. A new treasure is available somewhere. That's interesting. I should be looking up there when... Danganronpa never seemed interesting to me. I saw some clips of it and the writing just didn't click. A lot of these things that say that they turn anime on their head, like people tell me it's anti, like it makes fun of all of the anime and shit, or whatever, like tell me that I'll like it because it turns stuff you know what I'm saying? Like it's making fun of anime or something. It's usually, in my experience, when I check out things like that, it turns out to be a big anime love-in, like a tongue-in-cheek, like it's not really making actual parody. It's more like nodding to people who understand the source material and actually love the tropes and want to see them just repeated. I would say that the only one I've seen that people say that is truly making fun of anime that seems to really be making some vicious satire of it is, what's that new thing with the two little girls that wear sailor outfits and they're really weirdly drawn. They look like thumbs almost, how they're drawn, with one that's really small with blonde hair and one that's taller with purple hair. It seems to be Pop Team Epic. That's making real satire. That shit, like, I love that. Like, I've seen clips of it on YouTube and I want to watch it. That's actual satire. It's taking the piss. as opposed to like, you know, lovingly making fun of things.
ほうほう
Let's see now. What does the headmaster say?
You know full well I have the key to the special archives and that I would never be so foolish to let it fall into the wrong hands. In any event, I had no reason to peruse those tomes in quite some time.
なるほど よし
That should be all the information I need to solve the case. Who possesses the key to the archives? It's the headmaster and the guard.
そうだ
Of course, it all makes sense now. There are only two keys, one belonging to the headmaster and one to the guardsman. I saw no clues that said that they lost it. Whose key was used to unlock? Oh, the guard, because he fell asleep. The headmaster keys is safely locked away in the office. Furthermore, he hasn't visited the archives today. On the other hand, the guard has been acting suspicious lately and even sleeping while on active duty. It would be all too easy to lift the key off his person, and yet everybody's saying that it would be easier to take the crown off the king's head, that this is an impregnable tome, or I mean archives. Like, it seems completely not true. So why are they fucking lying? Who says that the guard is our man? No, he's not.
いや
No. Just means somebody stole it from him. It's probably your evil rival. Wow, I had no idea. Indubitably, that shifty scholar Russell. See, like, this is such a cool concept. This is neat. Like, every character has a different, like, way of doing things. But this was so shallow in the way that it played out. That shifty scholar Russell. Why is he shifty? Because you told us he's shifty? Like, we didn't even get to see it, like, play out. It's, like... Even if it is the first one, if anything, that's all the more reason for it to be played out properly. Look at, like, the first mission in Phoenix Wright. Those are sometimes the best missions. Like, they don't just, like, phone it in because it's the first mission. They do a great job on them. I dare say my logic is foolproof.
Sate.
You have no proof. You have absolutely no fucking proof. Just a suspicion. Now all that remains is to make him confess. Cyrus begins his second great skill, waterboarding. Word is he's been doing research underground these days. Looks like someone also coincidentally and conveniently removed the boards from the underground. I think it's time I did some fieldwork of my own. And so I've taken it upon myself to investigate the suspicious scholar. Interested in coming along, are you? It seems you have quite a curious streak yourself. But of course, mysteries exist only to be solved. After all, it is the most utmost to remember. Also, but there I go again. Don't let me talk your ear off, but I'll be glad to have your help. Let's get right to business. No doubt we'll find Russell in his laboratory down below. Oh, so these sparkly bits will appear because I investigated people. So my inventory, I have that inspiring plum. So his money was not added to mine. So it's a good thing I went out and bought some shit. So there's a pro tip. spend your fucking cash when you have to do the intro sequence to a character, because now he should have his new spear though, right? Quartz rod. So yeah, make sure you spend all the cash, man. Once in charge of protecting the king, this guard suffered a serious leg injury and was since transferred to a calmer post inside the grounds. Though the injury healed long ago, he hasn't mentioned it to anyone and enjoys the serenity of his new post.
なるほど。
Most intriguing. A hidden item appeared, and it looks like it's right here. Light Soul Stone. What does that do? Oh. Yeah, it does light damage to everybody. Oh, I like that they put the check mark. That's good. Well, those are good bargains, I feel like, for those soul stones. But I don't know.
Ah,
Rumor has it this scholar Russell fallen on hard times. Last I heard, he scolded his house and locked himself away in a cave under the academy. Now that's devotion. Well, let's see what he has to sell. Silver hairpiece that gives you some elemental defense and shit. Physical and elemental defenses. Some linen robes. Don't have the cash though yet. And then I'm also gonna scrutinize this motherfucker.
ほうほう。
A modest man, purveyor to the royal family, takes great pride in his goods. Whether his customer be a commoner or a king, he refuses to sell something unless he deems the buyer worthy of it. And yet, well, I guess she's worthy. Most intriguing. And a hidden item came about. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break, guys, and I'll come back as we continue the second part of this chapter, this guy Cyrus's story, just as Rudiger arrives. And stick around.